I just heard that it's starting. There's too much pressure now.
The red light is on.
Oh, God.
Oh, boys.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. All right, yeah, my mic's like really hot or something. Something's going on.
You're not using your mic. What the hell are you doing?
Dumb.
What the hell?
Drummer idiot.
Ear Sausage Studios did not.
My mic is really hot for some reason.
Hey, I still stand by all Samson products, and so does John Petrucci.
Wait, what?
You don't remember that?
No.
You don't remember? I found an ad online.
Stop using that mic. I'm not.
It was a John Petrucci Samson
hear
ad.
you.
I think he was advertising just like a fucking.
I was about to mute him.
What's the sound of the guitar, the tuner? It's advertising the Samson tuner.
Oh, the Samson guitar tuner. That's right. Yeah, Mike, I think it's on your end. I think the problem's definitely on your end. Wouldn't be my shitty Samson mic. I actually got a nice little Samson USB mic that I bought like 10 years ago that I recorded like demo tracks of like my old band. My first band, we recorded on an MP3 player, and we put the MP3 player. There was rugs up in the basement. We put the MP3 player on the stairs in one corner where the bass wouldn't rattle too much, and that's how we recorded with the voice recorder on like my friend's like creative, like, and there was enough insulation because the rugs were like my dad put like all these like he went to like some rug store and like they were throwing out like miscuts
Like
and stuff
patches
like
and stuff.
Yeah, so he just bought
Stuff that's been peed on.
Yes, exactly. But
So
he got a bunch of it for like really cheap. We just hung it like all along the one side, and it really actually dampened everything a lot in there. And then the upgrade to that was we got I had like this $12 microphone I bought from Radio Shack, and it was like literally like an analog, with the pink, the pink plug in the end. And my friend was like, "Watch this." He's like, he plugged it in, and then he went to the mic sensitivities. This blew my mind. In 2006, so he went to the mic sensitivity and just turned it to like 0.1, and we recorded it, and it sounded amazing. It sounded so clean. This thing was like getting bombarded. It was in the middle of the room, and we were playing with amps and live drums, and it sounded great. Nice. Wish I had those demos still. Anyway, this is my my final goodbye to you guys. I'm very disappointed in you all.
I'll miss you.
Because I got an email from Hanson today, and they wish me a happy birthday today. But I've been waiting all day and all practice.
Today's your birthday?
Yeah, today's my birthday.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
31 today.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
You are 1 in 13
Happy
years.
birthday!
Wow.
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 Oh, geez.
Well, how are we supposed to know when your
Yeah,
birthday
we're not your
is?
fucking girlfriend.
What day's my birthday?
January 29th.
I was hoping somebody would look at Facebook today and somebody would just get,
I only look at our
a
band page 'cause I'm focused.
notification that your best guitar player
Wait,
has.
I have a present for you, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Thank you. It's what I've always wanted. An Akai MPX8 Mobile's SD sampler. I like how they put SD in it.
It's from both me and Nick.
Oh, wow. Thank you, guys.
Nick didn't know about it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I didn't know
it.
about it. It's okay.
Well, yeah, and with that, I quit the band. I can never be disrespected like this ever again.
You can sell that and just move to Hawaii if you want.
Yeah, it's at least worth $13, I think.
Yeah.
So that should get me one Coca-Cola at the airport while I'm waiting for my flight to Hawaii.
6 ounce Coca-Cola.
So yeah, well, at least Hanson wished me a happy birthday and have to coax it out of them. I just woke up and Hanson gave me the happy birthday email. And I said, "Thanks, Hanson."
I posted the meme with Michael Scott where he calls Jan up and he's like, "Hey Jan, happy birthday." And she's like, "Michael, it's not my birthday." He's like, "Oh, I thought we shared a birthday." And there's like silence and she's like, "Happy birthday, Michael."
Do you want a shot or something, Mike?
No, I'm good. I brought out the extra beers tonight. Let's start up early. The first one is one of my favorite beers. They always make different versions of it from Chatham Brewing. Bombo Genesis. This is grapefruit. Bombo Genesis is, by the way, like a hurricane snowstorm. That's what you call like a Bombo Genesis. It's a real term.
I've heard bomb cyclone before.
We should write a song
But
called Bombo Genesis.
the full actual like scientific name is Bombo Genesis. I'm making that up. I'm not sure. I want to say I'm pretty sure, but you know, I wouldn't know, you know, because I'm so hurt right now.
Well, on
Sounds-
What would you
sounds
do if I
deliciously
emailed
hurt.
Hanson back and said thank you? You think they would respond to me?
They'd be like, "Oh, no one ever responds to these."
By the way, audience, the reason why I get emails happy birthday from Hanson is because I bought Jay a live at New York DVD for Christmas one year, and
It's because he couldn't afford tickets
they
for
just
me.
give me updates every once in a while, and I get, you know, happy birthday.
on Saturday at the show, I promised to get you as much beer as you like. I'll pay for it. It's fine.
Oh wow, how generous, Nick! Do we get free beer at this next gig?
Yeah, I think. We
Oh,
do.
okay.
I'll get you as much punani as you like. Is that how you pronounce it?
But it's your punani.
It's mine.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot of grapefruit in this one. Oh my goodness.
I don't. You know?
Did you get a seed?
Do you know what? Do you know what grapefruit always reminds me
So
of?
much pulp.
It's grapefruit always reminds me of that one beer, Skull. I haven't seen them in a long time.
It smells delicious.
What's the name of that? Ballast Point Sculpin.
Yeah.
Grapefruit Sculpin.
Yeah, they
one of
got
the worst beers of all time.
I don't know why it's that popular.
Oh man, that's delicious.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I don't like grapefruit. This is actually pretty good. This doesn't normally taste like this. Their pineapple one is amazing. They didn't make it this year, but Chatham Brewing's are really cool. Chatham's a cool town, actually. It's like this weird, like very artistic, but like
But there's nothing there.
like artsy fartsy, nothing there, but cute town that wasn't bulldozed to make a highway. And there's still like the path where like the fucking trolley train used to go through, but the trolley train doesn't go there
Like a
anymore.
lot of barns and shit.
There's a lot of, but it's like very farmery, like farm, like a lot of farms and stuff like that. It's a weird, it's an interesting, not weird town,
Population of 1,608.
but very ritzy at the
Wow.
same time.
But it's growing at an annual rate of 0.19%.
I would like to live up there. That's nice. It's like 20 minutes away from Hudson.
I'd like to kill myself over there. That'd be okay.
They'll never find the body.
Well, that's what I'm going to do later tonight because my bandmates didn't wish me happy birthday. Live on the pod.
How are we supposed to know? I don't know your birthday, Jay.
Like I said,
I hold on, let me guess.
I barely know my dad's birthday.
I almost got it on. It's like March 21st or something.
very, very close.
What is
22nd.
Oh, it's 22nd. My mustache is forever forever captured in this memory
That's a
of my
fun
new
mustache.
license.
Oh, nice.
I had to renew my license. I got the enhanced license.
Ooh.
So I can go to Canada. I get to leave the country for the first
So
time.
you can go to Canada and kill yourself?
Yes. Canada and Mexico
Sweet.
without a passport. Kind of cool.
Mexico might be a little more fun to kill yourself.
Yeah. You could like shake some maracas at the same time.
You can culturally appropriate.
I don't know.
I would like to die
Wear a
while eating
poncho.
poutine, actually, so I'm going to go to Canada.
I'd like to like pretend I'm like Clint Eastwood. Just like strut around, like just wait for someone to kill me, but I'm gonna act all tough.
You're wearing a poncho.
Yeah, you got the drug rug, you got the sombrero thing.
Got the Sam Elliott mustache going on.
The
You're like, what are you guys doing? And try to do like a shitty impression. I know I ain't got no pesos.
And with that, we're in a band because I quit.
We were in a band.
I'm Mike.
Just broke up.
I'm Jase.
I'm still Nick.
Got a question for you guys. Did you guys ever, when you were kids, or at least younger, like teens or whatever, did you ever
Things that won't make the pod, part 1.
Oh, that should definitely make the pod.
That's not making the pod.
That's gonna be the title of the pod.
That'd be awesome. I saved it for the pod.
Thank you, appreciate it. We always learn something new about you every pod. That was the most disturbing thing we've learned about you, but
No. Oh yeah, maybe.
Well,
I'll never look at you the same. I'll be thinking of you and your not bald head as a 16-year-old.
Oh my God.
Or wait.
You guys are fucking killing me.
So today is about New Year's resolutions.
That's true.
Wow, we're like 2 weeks
Yeah,
late.
Happy
Good
New
job,
Year.
guys. Happy New Year. We post this in fucking March.
That was a Curb episode. He had beef with somebody who said Happy New Year like in February, and he was like, "What? It's too late for that. You can't say Happy New Year." But they were like, "Yeah, but I didn't see you for the New Year." See, and he's like, "No, that's not how it works." Well, if I didn't see you till June, you say Happy New Year in June.
What's the cutoff? Like the 3rd?
Pretty much when you return to work.
I'd say the first week
Yeah.
at most, if you haven't seen them. But like, if you work with this dude like 4 days and then on the 7th of January you're like, "Hey, Happy New Year," that'd be weird.
You probably shouldn't really say it past midnight of
Yeah.
when the ball drops. That's about it.
I don't think
kind of a
anybody should say
loser standing
anything.
after
I think you should just go to work the next day.
Just acknowledge it. There's the ball. There it dropped.
You should pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go to work the next day
Like a man.
like a man. Except I will graciously take that day off. Thank you.
Yeah.
In my belly, the day off.
We watched the ball drop, and it was my daughter. It was her first time watching it, and she was like, "The ball's gonna drop. Ball's gonna drop. All right, let's do it." And then it just like kind of disappears. Like, oh, I thought it was like gonna like drop. Like, thought it was gonna like fall
It's so
down and like
stupid.
explode, and,
It's
and
dumb.
fireworks come out, and all. Like nothing happens.
The New York ball drop is the most boring. Like I don't understand how it ever got so hyped up.
goes back into its
lower it.
hole.
Yeah, they lower it slowly. There's no explosion.
Nothing.
Every year, they're like, I remember
the
watching
confetti
it as
comes
a
out.
kid. Like they would be like every single year, and after like I remember being really young, and after like like you know how you make your first memories when you're like kind of like 5 or some shit. But like, so I remember like the first year, and it was like it's made with over 2 million carats of diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the
keep
next
changing
year,
that.
it's over 3.7 million carats. And the next year, there's over 17 million. And after, I'm like, there's no way they can keep on doing this and like anyone's going to care.
But yet,
Like,
here we are.
But like, what is it now? Like, what is it made out of? Like purely blood diamonds that people died for? like these aren't lab grown boys. These are the real thing. I don't know what we're doing.
I think my biggest problem with it is they call it the drop. It does not drop. They carefully lower it.
It dates back. The Times Square one dates back to 1833.
Oh, they should just
Wow,
end it.
that's just got a lot longer than I thought it was.
Let's do it for like 9 more years and then just fucking end it.
Wow, Macy's wasn't there. I don't know what that has to do with the ball drop. Maybe the turkey parade.
Yeah, they're somehow connected. I'm sure. Right?
Listeners, this is some like work for you.
Was this from Sears and Roebuck?
The modern day ball stretches 12 feet, 3.5 meters in parentheses in diameter and weighs
Wait, hold on. Convert
11,000.
that to bald eagles back again.
The cheeseburgers and blowjobs.
It weighs 11,875 pounds. That's between 2 to 3 times as much as the average weight of a car.
Please drop that as fast as you can directly on people.
They even
See what happens.
They even cite that. That's between 2 to 3 times as much as the average weight of a car in the U.S. in 2002, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. Do we really need to go that in depth in this article?
Hey.
I trust you.
Hey,
you don't need
that. We always cite your sources, okay? No plagiarism here, all right?
The ball is not the only heavy item on stage. The 4 numerals to spell out 2024 together also weigh approximately 1,160 pounds. Oh my God, who the fuck cares?
Why? Let's stop. Let's just stop these stupid traditions.
The ball's
wish-
crystals has special meanings.
Oh, God.
It's covered, you wanted to know? It's covered with 2,688 crystal triangles made by Waterford Crystal.
Oh.
Measuring between 4 and 6 inches
it's
each.
not diamonds?
No, it's not actual diamonds in the thing. You kidding me?
Fuck. I'm hitting the MIDI pad. Nothing's happening.
32,256 LEDs.
Oh, whoa! Big spender on the 30-cent LEDs.
They got the LED kind of money.
And there's 192 different symbols, all from different people who donated money to have their fucking symbol on something they can't even see.
Do they ever zoom in on it enough that you can actually see? Like,
Not really.
so
They probably sell it. They probably give it to you at the end or some shit. Cut it out. I'm assuming.
The revealers pay up to $12,500 to eat at a restaurant with a view.
Is
of it.
crystal just glass?
yeah,
Just fine glass?
it's like really pure glass.
Really pure glass. So it's just sand.
What about the crystal skulls? Those are glass.
Well, I mean, so there's crystal in terms of like dishes and stuff.
And then like quartz.
Yeah, exactly. Like crystal is a rock formation.
Yeah. Of minerals.
Like this is glass.
Right. Of minerals. Yeah. I took geology.
Oh, the origin.
I
of
took
it,
geometry when I was in high school.
the origin of it. I didn't expect this. It began with
glassology.
sailing. Started in the 1800s, balls dropped from poles were used to signify the time to sailors out at sea. The time.
How much time we got left?
Did you know that sailors also thought mermaids were dugongs? So, or the other way around. They thought dugongs were mermaids. So,
Hey, if you're out on the ocean long enough alone,
Yeah, almost anything that looks like a naked woman after a while.
just flip the script.
Well,
we're back.
let's
We've talked about marine genitalia.
Let's get
for the
back to
last,
what
20
really
minutes.
matters. The ball drop started because of a fireworks ban in 1907.
Let's go back to dugong vagina.
They used to just shoot fireworks. They're like, well, we can't do that. Well, let's just make a stupid ball and have it drop like 20 feet. And it doesn't drop; it'll slowly lower.
I was
20
gonna say,
feet.
can we
Turn it
stop?
off.
Okay, that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to force everyone to stop saying the word drop for the ball. Just kidding.
Don't stop, let it drop. No, 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 no. Whatever the Kesha song is.
Fuck Kesha. God, I hate Kesha so much.
All right, so the point of this episode was
New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in the institution, just like marriage, but
Says the guy who's about to get married.
I never. I have to say I do. I'm just joking. I have to do my marriage certificate tomorrow.
You could get an officiant who's not actually licensed and then won't count.
No, they're licensed. But anyway.
Allegedly.
You can change your name too if you want.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to take her last name. instead.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Jay's the expert in getting out of marriage.
We call it, so in the biz we call it escaping.
Jay's an anchor baby.
Call it faking your own death.
So Jay, lead the charge on
All
this.
right. So I also don't believe in New Year's resolutions
Or the
but-
institution of marriage.
or the institution of marriage.
Well, Jay, what's a New Year's resolution you've made in the past that you really stuck to? Or do you get in the habit of making resolutions?
No. So like my resolutions for me are just like things to be more mindful of and like kind of focus on. I'm never like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds by February
Saturday.
or whatever. Yeah.
For the love of God, please lose 20 pounds by Saturday.
Dude, that means I get my arm chopped off. I'm not
Well,
going
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Not going to tempt fate here. But no, I don't know. I've never really like made any resolutions.
Okay.
But just some things I was thinking about for this time. So I have 5 of them. First one, we don't have to do all of mine first, but whatever. But first one is
5.
be more positive on social media.
Ooh.
And the reason for this,
What a nice one.
yeah. The reason for this is it's so easy, especially on like Reddit or Facebook or whatever, to always want to like make the joke or point out bad grammar or just in general, just kind of be sarcastic or sardonic or just try in an effort to be witty or clever or whatever. And a lot of times it doesn't come off right. Like humor doesn't always come off right. And then you end up like getting in tiffs with people, and it's just stupid. And then there's other things like on video game forums, for instance. anytime. No, Nick, you would not believe how heated some discussions can
I was
get.
on this Final Fantasy 14 forum.
Well, like okay, one example, the Harry Potter game that came out last year, Hogwarts Legacy. You would not believe how every single discussion of that game devolves into how J.K. Rowling is anti-trans and no, she's not, and then it's the woke versus the KKK, and like it just there's just no way to win. No way to like peaceably resolve some of these arguments. So I just decided that if I see something, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out something that I like about it. Like if someone has a guitar that I think is butt ugly, or they're they put a weird pickups or something in it, I'm just going to be like, hey, that's a nice color of neck or something.
I like how honest your playing is.
Yeah, I like your toes being in the picture too. That's great. I'm a feet man.
What was it? Feet Finder?
Yeah, feetfinder.com. And like when it comes to like religion, politics, I'm absolutely staying, especially in 2024. I'm absolutely staying out of all of that.
Wow.
Well, I'm saddened by that news.
Well, I mean, we can still have our sponsors.
Okay.
Because my first question to you is, how about that war in the Middle East?
No, because you remember I post. That's another thing. Like I posted a joke about that. I think I mentioned this prior to the last podcast, and someone got so offended over something that was the insinuation that I was suggesting a particular joke. I never actually even came close to saying it, but they they put all the pieces together in their mind and got offended by what they put together in their mind. Yeah. So you just can't win.
Yeah.
So
it's the internet, man.
Yeah.
And the internet is forever.
I'm gonna stick with self-deprecating humor. I don't know, cute animals, guitar stuff, music stuff.
I like the positivity.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You have so many things to self-deprecate about.
I have.
Damn, man.
I have a list.
That was cold.
Cold-blooded, son.
I will say, Jay, looking good. Okay. Congrats.
You just like me. Stop it.
For who you are.
All you see is the light that shines forth from my soul.
From your
Shine like a diamond.
Yes.
Well, my first New Year's resolution is to not eat and puke again.
You're finally giving up your bulimia.
I will renew that every single year, and hopefully I will never have to break it again. But yeah, I only did it once, and it was a few months ago. Listeners of the pod might have heard about it. But yeah, ate a whole quart of ice cream and threw up some of it out of regret and
Out of a big glob.
shame, guilt, and a slightly upset stomach.
I actually want to eat a little bit healthier this year.
Same, especially the last couple months, man.
In general,
That's what everybody says, though.
But no, I mean, I'm not gonna. It's not a. Again, I don't believe in the institution of New Year's resolutions, but I definitely. It's been something that's been on my mind. I just want to eat more whole foods.
Yeah,
but I
just like a whole cow,
just a whole cow,
bite into its skull.
I just I discovered Aldi and everything's so cheap there, but it's so processed, but it's so cheap.
It is the cheapest place.
I will say though, their chips are really good and they taste just like Cape Cod.
Yeah,
and they're like $1.39 per bag.
Yeah, it's the best place for snacks and canned goods and condiments.
And you go to the freezer section and see what's on sale. You're like, ooh.
Yeah. Produce, stay far away from the produce.
Oh, produce is pretty whack.
And the bread, stay far away from the bread.
You don't like the bread? I like the bread.
It mold in 3 days.
Really?
Literally
I never had the
3
problem
days.
with
If you just get
Aldi's.
a loaf of bread.
Yeah. I've been getting one of the local brands. It's got a German name to it.
Is it Schneider's?
It's not Schneider's.
Because Jay can tell you about
I
Schneider's.
think it's like Heinkel or some shit. Heinkelberg.
They do a butt brawl or something like that.
It's like Heinkelberg. Heinkelberg.
Kumquats.
But I swear to God, the last 2 loaves, a week went by and I was like, it should still be good. And like open it up, and I'm like looking at like the sides of it, and then like there's fucking mold on it. I'm like,
I hate that shit.
damn it! I didn't even use it. I just spent $4.99 on this fucking thing.
You know who
Can't win.
surprisingly has terrible produce is the commissary on post. Like,
Oh, yeah?
Like I go there and there's like flies buzzing around shit, and like there's nothing that I want to actually take. Like the whole thing with fruit is it's supposed to be appealing to the eye, right? Like fruit and veg is supposed to be like bright green and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's all like wilted and like stuff is rotting, and they're like
How
little
cheap
fruit
is all
flies.
that stuff?
It's not much
For you
cheaper,
there.
if at all.
Really?
If at all, no. Like shopping at the commissary. So shopping at the PX is great. If you're in the military, you get to shop at the PX. It's great because you don't have to pay tax. That's really the long and the short of it. But at the commissary, supposedly it's cheaper because there's no tax. And supposedly they say some of the things are cheaper, but it's really not. But then they add like a service fee on it. And then the commissary out in Hawaii had a bunch of people that would help bag your stuff and take it to your car, even if you didn't want them to. And then they would expect a tip. So it ends up not being any cheaper at all than just going to a grocery store. And the selection is worse. And there's way longer of lines. It's just not worth it.
I know, like, see, I think, and I hate to blame my problems on society here, but I think if I didn't have to drive to the grocery store, and if I could walk to it or bike to it, I think I would go there more often, but buy things that expire
Fresher,
quicker.
yeah.
Like just fresh, live more fresh, because my current method is just like buy for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and just hope everything lasts. And then because I don't feel like driving out to Aldi again and fucking Adams or whatever. And I like Adams, and I wish I could go there like every day and just pick up like, you know, like every couple days pick up like a fresh head of lettuce or something like that with like the cold cuts, but it tastes a lot better. But to balance that out though, I'm gonna drink a lot more.
Sweet.
I'm gonna eat a lot healthier, but I'm gonna drink way more. So like
You got to keep it balanced.
so the net it's a net positive, I guess, in the end. So like I drank less last year, but I ate a little crappier, I think. So now I'm gonna drink more, but eat healthier. You see where I'm going here?
It's so hard to stay balanced with literally everything you need a human being needs to do in modern society. Like everything from like hygiene to finances to exercise to everything, like to balance all of that is nearly fucking impossible.
Yeah, I will say though, I do drink my whiskey straight, so
Yeah.
no added sugar for me, boys.
Definitely. I've been considering going back to doing keto again. I got to do something to work it out with Diane so she doesn't go crazy.
You know, you could do. There's a bread I keep on hearing on a podcast I listen to, an ad. It's called Hero Bread, and it's like 0 carb.
Yeah, there's a couple kinds of zero
I think
carb
it's
bread.
probably like whey based or something, but apparently it's really good.
Yeah.
And it's like keto friendly. Like I think there's 0 net carbs in it or some shit.
They even make keto bagels, like carb free bagels and stuff. Yeah. It's decent.
I think.
Are you guys from the future?
As I said, I want more whole foods, but I want something chemically made in the lab that doesn't have any carbs.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm going here, Nick?
That makes sense.
You know, if a caveman could be keto, he would be keto this way. I think.
Do you guys have any music resolutions?
I do. But before my music resolution, I should say my number 2 one is to not throw up from drinking.
You and your GI tract.
I drink. I have a foolproof system of keeping pretty hydrated.
Yep.
And drink some water and try not to eat seafood. And it works out.
I get the worst hangover. I mean, I can throw up from 3 beers.
Really?
I really get. It's all the next morning, and it's always a headache, and it starts in the front, works way to the back, gets my neck, and then I just
this one smells amazing.
then it just goes right to my neck and stomach are connected somehow. As soon as my neck gets in pain, my stomach is nauseous.
No one cares. This is called Mosaic Sunset by Beer Tree. I think we've had this one.
And
on the pod.
it's not just one puke; it's hours of puking.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I puked from
I
drinking.
remember my first beer.
The first time I ever got drunk, I basically drank like a big gulp cup, like half of it, of vodka when I was like 16, and I was feeling such like shit and puking so much the next day. To this day, I basically never drink to the point where I even get the spinnies, let alone get drunk. And another,
While laying down or while standing up?
laying. So good point. Like laying down, sometimes I'll get minor spinnies.
It's pretty easy to get there sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you're just having a good night. You're not really getting like hammered. You sit down.
I'm there right now.
Like, there's been times where you go home and you just kind of lay down and you're kind of like, wow, I actually had a pretty decent night. I'm getting the spins right now. The last time I got the spins like that was last year, and I was hanging out with a few friends, and I had to get up for a winter hike the next day, and man, that was one like I wasn't like hungover like throwing up, but I had a headache. I literally hiked like it was like a 9.5 mile hike that day.
Jesus.
And in the winter. And like I remember like I had a headache the entire time. I didn't complain. I just went through it and we did it. We came back down to the lean-to after we did all like some of the peaks. We had about like 3 miles left. And I was like, yeah, I brought a beer with me. I just
There you go.
It cured it. Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
They say it's not a real thing, but I don't know.
No, it is
never
because,
works for me, man.
Because a hangover is literally withdrawal symptoms. So,
oh wow,
yeah, that's why if you drink when you're starting to feel hungover, it actually feels better because your body's like, oh, thank God.
Because I literally drank it, my headache went right away. I was like, huh, okay. That said, listeners, I'm not actually going to drink more this year.
Please do.
Disclaimer. All right, my first music. So my other 4 are all music related, but my first music related resolution is to just listen to more music. Definitely over the last couple of years, I've started to. So playing in a band, we listen to the music we need to listen to, and then sometimes I just want to listen to the news or I want to listen to audiobooks or a podcast or whatever. And I feel like I've started to kind of drift away from just listening to music, checking out new music. So I'm gonna.
As far as like discovering new music or just listening to
both discovering new music, listening to the stuff that we play more because every time I hear one of the songs that we play on the radio or whatever, I hear something new that I feel like I'm like, oh yeah, we could add that, or I should be doing that, or that melody, gets slightly tweaked there.
One of the songs that we recorded on the radio, that's what you mean, right?
Yes, our
originals.
But when you're a kid and you start out in bands, like everywhere you go, there's you're playing in bands, you're playing shows, you're playing Battle of the Bands, all this stuff. Like you're immersed in this whole like subculture. But then kind of as you grow up and get jobs and stuff, and then cover bands. Like we know other cover bands, but how many of us can name 5 or 6 local original bands and guaranteed there's hundreds of them around here.
I don't know. There might only be 4 or 5.
No. Because like kids in high school,
but not a high school band.
No, but you never know. Like college, I'm sure there's lots of local music that just is just under my radar. So
the one dude that messaged us saying that your father-in-law ran into him at CVS. He has a pretty successful punk band. I guess you can call them local, but they tour. They're signed and everything. But
that's cool.
But yeah, no, they play in the city like on weekends and stuff. Well, I think it looks like they're playing in the city on weekends and stuff like that. But my friend, one of my buddies, Ralph, shout out to him. He's in a band called Leave It Behind.
Can I read you guys an excerpt from Flea's book?
Please.
Sure. So one of the things about this book was
Jake can read.
I learned that they're short chapters.
I learned how to read during this book.
They're short chapters and big words. Okay.
Any pictures?
Yeah, lots of pictures.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's lots of band pictures and family and stuff like that. But what struck me about this and kind of what guided me towards some of these music type resolutions is how passionate Flea is about music. So in this excerpt, Flea has just heard of the band called The Germs, and so says I put my headphones on, spun the Germs album, and lay down on the dirty carpeted floor. As the first piercing feedback sound of What We Do Is Secret flew into my ear hole, everything else completely disappeared, casting a magic spell. The music having its way, reverberating through all my dimensions. Over the course of the next 38 minutes and 14 seconds, the way I heard music changed forever. It was more than the sum of its parts. The lyrics poetic, insightful, and visionary. The music wrapping itself around my heart like ancient vines around a mighty oak tree, all coursing all over like a raging river, embracing a huge boulder in its center. In all its distorted violence, it made me feel warm and not alone. They were just rocking out, but a force beyond their control surged through all the music. Like maybe they couldn't see it themselves, they had unwittingly opened a magic box of spiritual power and let this thing out. I was completely satisfied. It split me wide open. I gazed at the pictures of Darby, Pat, Lorna, and Dawn on the back of the cover and fell in love. Just how passionate he is about music. I want to feel that again.
Okay. You want to feel it all up inside you?
I want to be split open. Jeez. Cut.
You know,
I was going to say, it's like, no, I'm not going to cut.
That can be the title of the pod.
Song.
I want to be split on.
This is the song, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any of that.
It's a punk band.
Yeah.
They recorded with like a boombox or something?
I mean, dude, this is probably like 1978. I think we forget sometimes the accessibility of how accessible good quality recording is now, and I almost think it's the reason why there's not another big band out there. There's not another you know what I mean. There's no there's
76 they started. They were only around from 76 to 80.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it was the 78, but I have no idea. But the accessibility of recording now is we right now could record something that sounds as good as something that came out in like the 80s or something like that right now, right here on my laptop. If I just mixed it and mixed nice, you had the electronic drums and shit like that, we could do it like right now in like an hour.
Yeah.
They only had one album and it was produced by Joan Jett.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it Media Blitz?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Pat Smear was in that band.
Was
from
he really?
Foo Fighters, yeah.
93? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Maybe there's another guitarist named Pat Smear.
No, I'm saying the Germs. It says the album was released in 93. It doesn't make much sense.
Maybe 83.
79.
They might have released them all. Like there might have been not an actual release. It might have been like fucking tapes. You know what I mean? Like they weren't on. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's just what's on.
Well, my third New Year's resolution: if I do throw up from drinking or puking, I don't want anyone to hear me.
So that'll play into being better at breaking your first resolution.
Yes,
you'll be stealthy.
It's an ironclad resolution.
Stealth
series.
bulimic. Just paint yourself with like radar reflecting paint.
Yeah.
Or absorbing paint.
I do have a couple serious ones though. I want to handle stress better. Honestly, it's been getting on me a little bit lately here and there. Just stuff that kind of is a big deal, but still, I just gotta be a little better with dealing with it.
How do you think it needs to change? Like what? Handle it better in what way compared to how you do it now?
Get my heart rate down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole Stephen Covey 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There was another book called The 8th Habit, and that's what it was all about. It was about how we can choose our reaction. So there's a moment of time in between what happens and what you do where you have you need to focus on that time to decide how you're going to react and not just reflexively.
I have the way I deal with stress is I disassociate. It's probably a bad habit, but like things like I have the wedding coming up, and I'll just kind of be like, I'll pretend like in my mind, like, we got to do all these things, but I'll be like, Dad, it's fine. It'd be like, it's like one of those things where I'm kind of like, I know we gotta do this. It's coming in a couple weeks. I'm like, it's like almost like procrastinating.
Like the day before you'll start to get involved.
Yeah, like I start disassociating, and that's not a good habit. And sometimes I do that, and I get like stressed out about something. Like a lot of times with me, it actually has to do with like going like taking classes or something like that, or like trying to sign for school. I like disassociate. I don't know why I get so stressed out about it, but I feel you on that, Nick. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's never been a problem until kind of recent. Well, it was really like last year when I was selling the old house and trying to time everything perfectly to move it in here.
You mean 2 years
I had to
ago?
move twice basically because I had to move into the in-laws house for like 3 months.
You mean
then
2
move
years
back.
ago?
2 years ago, year and a half.
Yeah, it's going on 2 years.
1.5.
It was
A year and a
yeah.
half is
It was 22.
Yeah, but it was August.
Yes.
Towards the end of August. We're in January right now.
I'm getting stressed out just listening to this argument.
I remember stacking 12 couches on top of each other, Nick.
I honestly had like PTSD from like just the whole thing. And every other day would be like second guessing ourselves. Like, hold on, we have to pay.
I don't know how you did it.
We have to pay like the realtor fee for both realtors, like an equal fee for both, right? So it's like instead of 12 grand, it's 24 or something like that. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. No, it's only they split the 12. That's what it is. They split the 12. And I go outside and look, Google and everything. I don't know. They do split the 12. Okay, all right, we're okay.
So what happens if
that.
if you just sell the house and you're just like, I don't have the money. What do you want me to? You fucking sold the house. What do you want me to do? We're like, take it out of the money.
The realtor is typically there at closing, sitting right next to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they got their guys with the baseball bats behind them.
It probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't sell it. That would stop.
I tell everybody when they're looking at houses, don't buy the one that has freshly painted basement. Not because you
hiding those mold lines. Huh?
No, not
Hides the blood stains,
and not because of you, Nick. Because in general, I remember looking at houses. It's funny enough when I was like probably 9 or 10 with my uncle. He was like moving upstate here, and my mom like we checked out a house, and it's funny, just kind of core memory for some reason. We're in a house, and my mom looks in the basement, and she sees like everything's on blocks. And she's like looking around.
Yep.
And she's like, "There's a water line there." My uncle's like, "What?" And she's like, "There's a water line there. Don't buy this house." This basement floods all the time. The washing machine and dryers on blocks and shit. That means water comes up a certain level all the time. And proceeds.
Never a good sign.
I didn't write any of these down.
God damn it!
I put a couple of music ones. I put play in time more often, obviously.
or there's somebody in close proximity. I won't name.
What do you mean?
There's someone diagonal across the street.
Oh yes,
know, and I won't name any names,
But we have his address.
We have his address because he's across the street.
He's on the spreadsheet already. We've already bolded the text
and italic
and highlighted the cell in bright pink and made the text bright green.
and it's in Comic Sans.
Did you have to look up how to do that?
It's in Comic Sans and like 48 font. So
No rap.
I also put overall like improve the drums and practice more. Blah blah blah.
I think I'm going to make up one right now, and it doesn't really make any sense. But I think I'm going to make a large purchase this year.
Ooh.
I am absolved this year, but But the thing is, like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't feel like I need to. Like, I'm so happy with like the guitar and like my tone and everything. I'm just kind of like in a place of like zen right now.
Yeah.
Mikey wants a second subwoofer.
Tonal
Like.
zen. Yeah, I don't know. I just. I don't want to have to. The problem is, I don't have to search for it. I feel like it's got to come to daddy. Yeah. Come to papa.
Like you'll know it when you see it, sort of thing. Yeah.
So, but I don't know. For some reason, I just want I want to justify like a $5,000 guitar, and I have no idea.
My God.
You should get like a PRS.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Wood library or something.
And then I'll blame the economy for the reason why I can't buy a house.
You know how much drums I get for $5,000?
Oh, there you go. Get one of the Majesty 8 strings.
What am I gonna do with an 8 string? Do you know what kind of 8 string I'd buy? I'd buy like an Agile, just for like shits and gigs.
I had one of those. It was decent.
So I can go bong bong. Oh, actually, it's Jun Jun. Jing 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 bong jing jing bong jing jing bong jing jing bong jing jing.
That's my problem. So I've owned 2 8 strings, and that's my problem with it. Is the low strings are so low you can't really even hear it. Like you can't hear the tone of it or the frequency.
Unless you're Meshuggah.
Yeah.
Then it sounds like. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta remember how to spell Meshuggah. It sounds like. Nick, I want you to learn some drums by next week.
It sounds bad. It's hard to do.
I can hear that.
Terrible.
Do you know how hard this? Do you want? The song is 7 minutes long, and he does these triplets the entire time. Actually, they're not really triplets.
He might actually be
More of a, like 30-second notes or something.
He might be doing rolls on the bass drum.
Do you want to hear my favorite part of the song? No, he's. There's a video of him live.
He's not doing like a single foot roll.
No, there's a famous video of him live. He won a Grammy for this actually.
Wow.
For best metal drum performance. But there's a Grammy of him. There's a video of him live that's like 10 years old at this point of him with a bunch of GoPros, and like there's one locked on his feet the entire time, and he's literally just. So the time signature is whatever 23:15 or something, but like he's playing in 4/4 with the snare and the cymbal. But anyway, that's if anyone's never listened to Meshuggah, that's Meshuggah. Here's another song. This is pretty much what an 8 string sounds like.
Yeah.
I love Meshuggah.
Yeah, they're good. So yeah, that's going to be your big purchase.
An 8 string. I just show up to my 90s band with an 8 string. I'm like, all right, audience, are you ready?
Isn't that how many strings it's supposed to have?
When I was in my first,
Are you ready, audience? Do you know they originally their custom guitar? This is, by the way, F sharp tuning. I think it's F sharp standard.
yeah, normally I do E. Are you talking like the 6-string version is F sharp, or like the bottom of the 8th string is
The 8th
F sharp?
string is F sharp.
Yeah, I normally made that E, so it would basically be the 8th and then the 6th.
I think once you get down there, it sounds like nothing. Once you get like a full octave below.
I mean, it sounds like a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Like those, even a 7-string, like the low B.
They originally recorded one of their albums with Ibanez 7 strings because their Ibanez 8-string customs didn't come in time or like delayed. So like there's like a version in the album. It's this album. I think this is the one with the 8 strings. It's orange, but the original one's like blue. And they did it with 7 strings, but they still tuned down to F sharp. And it literally sounds like sludge the entire time. But it's got an endearing quality of it. And this by the way, this same drummer, recorded like 3 or 4 albums entirely in Easy Drummer MIDI.
Oh,
He just programmed it all and then just. But the one I was showing you, the first one I was showing you is, let's not get too old. Jay,
my next resolution, write more songs, and this goes back to this goes back to what you were talking about earlier with the availability of high quality recording stuff. Like, because of that, I feel that if I were to record anything, it would need to be perfect. It should have like a perfect intro, brilliant lyrics. It should sound good. Should have a perfect instrumentation. Everything should be panned correctly. Should have a good hook. Should be like 7 minutes long. So it's like an epic journey, or maybe an 11 or 14-minute song or whatever. Yeah. And all of this is what's mind fucked me for the last 10 years. I haven't really recorded or any original music in the last 10 years or so. I've a couple snippets here and there, but so I want to get out of that mindset, and just, if I find a sound that I like, fucking record it. Don't worry about trying to make a song. That's the problem. Like, the term song is so nebulous, and it's ruined me for my to be creative. So I want to get out of that mindset and actually record more music.
Yeah. I definitely can not agree, but what's the word?
Sympathize
or empathize. Sympathize is I have the experience with it. Yes. Right?
Yeah. Like if you come up with a cool...
We're like trying to define shit.
If you come up with like a cool sound that you like, and maybe it's just like a little 10-second thing, bring it in and show us, and we can just jam on it, or think about what might be cool or whatever.
I've literally sat down sometimes and like just recorded nonsense for like an hour, and then like listen back and be like, oh, I didn't realize I did that.
And there'll be a couple really cool little licks. Yeah.
Something's cool in there, and you got to try to figure out what you did. But yeah, like we were talking about, like opening this pod, like recording availability. I mean, we used to use MP3 players, Radio Shack mics, whatever. Like nowadays, like we could make something really, 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 really cool. I think we could put out like a pro sounding quality project here.
And I'm saying lead on that, right?
Not pirated plugins that I have.
As long as I'm saying
illegally obtained.
How illegally are we talking about?
No, legally obtained.
How many videos of himself puking did Nick have to sell on the dark web in order to get these?
I didn't have to go to the Bay 10 years ago. The Bay that is still .org somehow.
FBI is right around the corner.
Back in the day when we lived dangerously and didn't use VPNs.
You just clicked on it when you downloaded it. You're like, oh, fuck.
I was just like, let's see if my SB notices. I only got one notice ever. So.
As long as you clear your browsing history, you're good to go.
Not necessarily.
No, not at all. That's not the way that fucking works.
Sure it is.
I once got an email from like Paramount Studios or whoever, because I had
I
allegedly watched a pirated movie, and I got this email saying, "Hey, your ISP service, or your ISP has been notified that you are doing this illegal activity. Blah 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 blah. We are going to be taking action." And it came from this IP address and all this stuff. Like, I freaked the fuck out. Like, I deleted that file, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, it was just a movie. That's it. Just a movie that was in the theaters like a few months before.
So the only time I ever...
So a shout out to the president and chief executive officer, Robert M. Bakish of Paramount.
And
if you're listening to the pod, which you are.
A shout out to them ruining Halo with fucking Master Cheeks.
I still haven't seen that yet.
He shows his ass more than he has his helmet on, I feel like. Dude, there's scenes of him with just butt-ass naked fucking Master Chief.
Why?
That's why the internet calls him Master Cheeks.
Isn't he supposed to be wearing a suit?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have his helmet on, but like, I get it. I get it. Like, even The Last of Us changed how the spores migrate host from in the air to
Contact.
so they could not have the gas mask on for half the season. I understand that. And yes, like at the end of the first Halo, I'm going to call him John Halo, which is kind of funny. That's like the meme. But the Master Chief takes off his helmet at the end of the end of the campaign. You're on the ship by yourself. You can see him take off his helmet. He puts it to the side of him like this, but you never see his face. But I felt like they could have done like it was like the second episode he takes his helmet off, or the first episode he takes his helmet off. Like they at least could have done the Mandalorian thing.
Yeah.
Where there's some mystery. Mm-hmm. We know who's playing him.
Mike, do you have any musical things you want to work on this year?
I would like to write more. I haven't written anything in since I joined this band. Really, I haven't really written anything. I mean, we focused on getting as many songs as we could in the beginning, and then the COVID and member changes, switching instruments. Like I don't play as much as I want to. Editing this fucking pod, I don't. but yeah, no, I definitely shared Jay's thoughts on. I want to write more, and I'm going to try to write what I think would work best in this project.
That's a good idea. Like somewhat focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I write things that I would always write, it's going to sound like like. And nobody wants to hear that. And
yeah,
including me.
So yeah.
And if you come up with something cool, I mean, send it my that's one thing we need to figure out a good way to do is like streamline sharing the stuff with each other.
Yeah. And again, possibilities and just we have T1 connections.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not really. It was all T3. But it's fine. How many you got?
I just have two others. One of them is like what we were talking about earlier is just practicing more. I occasionally over the last few months have had a few moments to actually sit down and really dig in to like get to the point where my fingers actually get warmed up while I'm playing, not just like practicing a few songs before it's time to come to practice and play them. But I actually like spend a good like hour and a half practicing, and it feels good. I forgot how satisfying a good practice can feel.
Same.
Like you kind of walk around the rest of the day and you're like yeah, I just practice. Like
I was just watching something on Instagram popped up about Stevie Ray Vaughan's practice routine. Apparently some of his fingers on his
I put 13s on my guitar, and I just
his like 3 or 4 of his fingers were like black for the second half of them, and I don't know how often that was like that.
It's my birthday,
so his practice routine. Ooh, nice.
That was nice.
His practice routine was like he would do all the scales and shit, but he would do it really slow. He would start really slow, and he would only go faster until he got that particular scale perfect.
Yeah,
sounds like something I know of.
And going.
I have a story about the most torturous practice you could ever imagine, but we'll save it for another time.
Does it involve being chained to a wall in a leaky basement?
No.
I also agree on practicing more. The other day, like the reason why I kept on texting you guys, like I'm so excited to like play this song is because like I was playing it and I was playing around with stuff and I was doing things and I was like, oh, like whenever I actually practice,
Spear expired.
It might be. Whenever I actually practice, I get let's see. Oh yeah, September. Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, when you practice
it's danky.
and really get it under your fingers, you can definitely let loose a little bit, and if you don't have to think about it.
Yeah. And the one thing, all right, so one serious resolution, because and these are all kind of been like feeler resolutions out here, and I've just been agreeing with you guys. I actually want to figure out something, and I think you both have seen my music space, but like you've only been at my house like once or twice.
I don't think I have. I've only been in your living room.
Really?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh shit. So like, it's a pretty small room, but like it pretty much gets suffocated by like, the gear, and then like I'm also like I'm very not a good organizer at all. And I like have a problem of being like, oh, I'll use that, and then like, things just start piling up. Like I still have the original boxes for like my fractal shit and stuff, and like
just in case you need to ship it
oh,
someday.
just in case you need to ship it to somebody.
Throw
and I
that
still-
shit away.
I got receipts and shit, like, and like, so every time I throw out the original box, though, there's always a fucking reason why I need it. 6 months later, but I really want to like figure out a way that I can use the space, because literally when I practice now, I just take my FM3 and I sit on my couch and I plug it in and I plug in my laptop and I just sit in the living room and I just play. And I change my string. I literally change my strings in the living room. I'm like ignoring that room, and it's become pretty much just like I store my speakers up here.
Yeah.
And I store like whatever, my guitars. Like I have I have like a rack. It's almost like, imagine like, you know, those like multi guitar racks, but it's just for cases. So it's kind of like that. It's made out of wood. It's made in the U.S. It's kind of nice. It didn't cost much. It was like $70. But
$70.
yeah, but it's made out of
Pure hickory.
Fucking better be.
Yeah. So like that's where I like, you know, it stores the cases like upright on like a 20-degree angle or whatever. And then all my speakers on the side of it. Then I have my desk, and I bought a new desk like 2 years ago, and I thought it was going to be like better. I don't know what to do.
You are speaking my language. I'm gonna join you with that because
You could kill yourself in that room.
I could.
I stood in my
It's
studio.
high enough I could jump out the window.
I stood in my studio for like 10 minutes yesterday, just standing in one spot, looking around, wondering how I could make it more conducive to actually using what's in there and actually being inspired by the space and having it clean. But yeah, it's kind of it's a poster. I already got my John Petrucci signed poster, so I'm good.
I'm almost wondering, like, do I need to, like, I don't want to buy another FM3 or buy an FM9 and keep the FM3 there or something like that. So, like, do I just, like...
I'll take your FM3.
Yeah, I will give you a price.
I don't do well with prices.
It's it'll be
Makes him
it'll
stressed.
be $880 more than your budget.
Damn it.
I definitely want to like figure out a system. Maybe it's buying plugins. And
I
like,
was just about to suggest some NDSP plugins.
Maybe just buying a couple plugins. Oh, I have Amplitude 4, which I
I acquired legally
You
years
could get.
ago.
You could definitely get the Neil Peart drum sound pack for $70 and email that over to me.
Oh wow!
Can you send a program in an email?
Yeah.
Is it a program?
Someone
I'm not sure if it's a program.
tell Nick that's WAV files. I'm sorry, WAV files. But maybe I'll do that, and like that'll just help me play. And then like if I need to work on stuff with the band, I'll take out the FM3.
That's exactly what I do. I have my guitar cable always ready to go, and either the bass plugin or like one of the guitar plugins always up. So all I just do plug in, and I can just start playing right away.
That's a true resolution. I'm going to figure out what to do at space.
When you're like practicing and writing, do you stand up or sit down?
Normally sit down.
You should stand up.
I should, and I was that's definitely on my list, especially if it's something that I'm going to be performing, because as you guys know, I played the Star Spangled Banner for my unit's change of command ceremony, but I practiced it mostly sitting down, and then so when I stood up, like the guitar is a little bit further away from you, and it's not exactly the same. So yeah, for definitely when it comes to performing, standing up is.
I just feel like
the
it's
way to
more
practice.
inspiring to write when you're standing. That's just me.
When I practice keys, anything like keys or synth, I'm always standing up.
I sit down mostly, but then every once in a while I'll stand up, and I'll like if I'm learning like a solo or something, I'll learn sitting down and I'll stand up and be like, let me make sure I can play this.
I find I'm more creative when I'm tired of shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
loopy.
the inhibition is down.
Yeah.
But yeah, any more resolutions?
This day in music.
Do we have time for this?
It's gonna be quick.
Just give me five.
It's really
You got
quick.
5 minutes.
I don't even need that. All right. Born this day.
And that's
We're in a
it.
I'm Jason.
January 11th. Nothing interesting happened other than birthdays today.
Oh, what happened?
Mike's very disappointed.
Sorry.
January 11th. Happy Death Day to where the fuck did it go?
Do you know who died this week? Neil Peart. And that's it. We're in a band.
That's this week. That's not today. It was January 7th.
Close
And it
enough.
was announced on the 10th.
True.
Yeah.
So they just let him like lay there for 3 days.
No, they just
Yeah,
kept it.
It was like an 1880s funeral where they just like put him in a glass chamber and just shipped him across the country for everyone to see.
He was all bloated. They like poked him with a
It
stick.
was
He
like
exploded.
God.
Abraham Lincoln. And they lifted him up like the Romanian tree that his drum set was made out of. He just put
Hey,
it
you,
up.
you remembered it was Romanian. Good job. I'm very impressed with that. All right, are we doing this?
I know Romania.
Happy Death Day to Tommy Alsop, the rockabilly guitarist Tommy Alsop, who narrowly avoided boarding the plane that killed Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper. He died today at age 85. He famously lost a coin toss for a seat on that plane, in which took
Wow.
all their lives, including Richie Valens, also his teen star.
What a inspiring story.
Well, the moral of the story: don't fly. Neil Peart actually had a fear of flying. By the way.
Oh, don't fly as I'm about to get on the most flights in
14 flights.
most consecutive flights in my life. I had to get a connecting plane too.
Exactly.
Have you ever guys done a connecting flight? I've never done it in my life.
Tons and tons of them.
So
Never?
So Alyssa, I told Alyssa that, and she was like, I've done 2 connecting flights before. They used to put the minor sticker on me. She was like, I was like 10, like walking around the fucking airport. She's like, you'll be fine.
That's a nightmare. I hate it. Happy birthday to Mary J. Blige, 1971. Was born today, January 11th.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. Tom Dumont, the guitarist of No Doubt, was born today.
Okay.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
they definitely don't know who he is. So
Well, isn't that the guy with like the mohawk in the videos?
no, I think it's the bass player.
That's the bass
guy. Does he sing "I'm Just a Girl"?
No, that's Gavin Rossdale.
Oh, okay.
We got. All right, here's a good one. As far as like
We should cover that song sometime.
That'd be
as far
fun.
as like going back a bit, in 1933, Goldie Hill was born. She was the first woman to reach the top of the country music charts with her 1953 #1 hit, "I Let the Stars Get in My Eyes."
I have no
Oh
words.
my
Just
God.
keep going.
I have one last one. In 1895, happy birthday to Lorenz Hammond, the inventor of the Hammond organ.
Oh, that's actually kind of sick.
He
Little did he know that somebody would put overdrive and put it into a
Spinning speaker, the
what's
Leslie.
the Leslie, yes. Oh, wow, you knew exactly what I was going to.
Oh, shit. He created the
I
world's-
Hammond and Leslie, they
for the audience, I did a little spinny thing with my finger.
he looks like he's stirring something.
with a finger. Who stirs with a finger? Get a spoon. It's something. He created the world's first polyphonic musical synthesizer in. It was called the Nova Chord.
Who did?
Mr. Hammond.
He did too. So wait, hold on.
I assume he made lots of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So
the
in 18
the inventor of the Hammond organ
in
and the
18
world's first polyphonic musical synthesizer, the Nova Chord.
And what year was that?
It was in the 30s. In 1933, Hammond bought a used piano, discarded everything apart from the keyboard action,
Barely get a polyphonic pitch shifter. I'm
using the keyboard as a
doing it
controller.
with vacuum tubes and shit.
He experimented with different sound generating methods, finally settling on one, the tone wheel generator. The sound of the Hammond was used by many rock artists, including many people you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the sound of a Hammond. A good rock organ. Just
Is the pitch wheel the same concept as a Hammond? The tone wheel?
I forget how tone wheels work. I can't remember how the tone wheels work, but no.
No. But yeah, you know what has a good Hammond model, the Nords.
Yeah. That's what I was told when I told my keyboardist friend that I got the Kronos. He's like, "Oh, dude, you should have got a Nord." I'm like,
my buddy that's in the oh my god,
A tone wheel works using simple electromechanical apparatus used for generating electrical musical notes in electromechanical organ instruments such as the Hammond organ. Blah, blah.
that doesn't tell us how it works.
Doesn't tell us at all.
It's like a bunch of words.
you should look up. Nah, never mind. You should look up Faraday's law. That'll kind of help.
Will it actually?
Electricity, movement, and magnetism. Any two, and you get the third.
Ooh.
So,
Do you want me to look it up?
So,
How many of those do we need to end this podcast?
so movement, and magnetism, you get electricity. That's how a generator works.
frequency.
I bet you guys in. Just saying. Come on.
God damn it, Michael! We're not all engineers.
We got to end this pod on a.
Some of us look at
we
the
got to end this
polls.
on a bang. Who's got a bang for us?
I wanted to say about the Nord. My friend's in a Doors tribute band. And he has the Nord and he uses it a lot. And
Nice.
I've heard him in another band use it, and it sounds fucking awesome. And then also the Rhodes sim is really good on it. So anyway, on a high note, what do you got for us, Nick?
As far as what? Oh,
you want to end on a high
I don't
note?
know. I was hoping you guys had something.
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus!
We're excited for Newburgh Brewing this weekend, January 13th.
Yeah.
We're super stoked. There's
big show.
There's 1.7 billion people on the event.
Yeah, it's gonna be broadcast live.
It's gonna be like Live Aid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it should be a really good show for us.
They've got a cherry flavored milk stout. I'm very excited about.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's the collaboration with Aspire? Is that it?
It's a double IPA with Aspire.
Aspire.
I tried it. It's good.
It's good. Aspire.
Ooh,
Aspire's
Jay's been there
beer-
recently.
No, I bought it at Beer World.
Oh, okay.
Aspire's beers are good. The only thing that rubs me the wrong way with them is I could tell it's venture capitalism, and I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. Like, you could tell, like, I could just tell that, like, they bought the space and they got some investors and they put, like, you know what I mean?
They got that investor money.
They got that investment. They got some investors.
Do they
and
have
then
LEDs?
They're like,
Swarovski
oh,
crystal.
like I don't know if it was some guy's beer. Like if you go usually if you go to like some sort of like another brewery's like about page, they have like a long history, but there's really nothing. You know what I mean? So
Sam gave me money, so I made
so
beer.
it's kind of like they hire somebody with a chemistry fucking masters and fermentation, and they just went for it, and they're making really good beer. So hats off to them. When I tapped them on Untapped, I said venture capital. I actually said venture capital craft brewing. It's good? ? And I rated it 4 out of 5.
Did you put a picture of your nipple and write Bud Light underneath?
I did not.
At the same time. Jay, I gotta say for this show, there's probably at least 4 beers that I haven't had before. If you bring a goddamn pitcher of fucking Mega Boss over to us, I might throw it right in your face.
This is why you need to be on top of this. Like, don't put me in charge of beer because I'm going to get
Don't
Mega
do
Boss.
Yeah, what are you doing? Setting up drums?
Yeah, fucking hell.
And all the lights. Bitches, sons of bitches.
Are you bringing all the lights?
Yeah.
Or do your research ahead of time and tell me what pitcher to get. Because otherwise, it's going to be Mega
If you're
Boss.
gonna get a pitcher, get the stout. Get the cherry stout for sure.
Cherry
But
stout.
I prefer like pints, different pints for everybody, and I get to sip yours. And
Oh, my God.
I log it in, count it.
I just hope there's so many people there and it's such a good time that they pay us 1 million instead of 500,000.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd be
nice.
Definitely.
Nice.
Double it up.
Yeah.
Fucking dope. I'm down for that.
We're in a
Like I
fucking
said.
band.
We're in a fucking band.
We're in a band. I'm Nick.
I'm Jase.
I'm Mike.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.